true prophecy. Having received the immense love of God pouring out into our hearts through the open heart of Christ, and irradiating our being through the gift of the Holy Spirit, our lives are made transparent for this same light to pour into the hearts of our brothers and sisters. This is the meaning of prophecy. It is a matter of allowing myself to be possessed by the one who loves me, held within the tenderness of his embrace and drawn close to him in the poverty of love. It is to walk out onto the waves in radical trusting confidence with my eyes fixed on Christ, and as I do so, I will find him grasping my hand and admitting me into the depths of his own mystery. I will find him unveiling before me his own beauty and the contours of his heart ever more deeply, and thus I will find that my faith is gradually dawning in sight. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe. John chapter 20, verse 29. And yet this does not mean that faith is blind. Rather, faith is trust. A trust beyond what can be seen, and yet this trust itself opens the way for me to enter into an ever deeper and more intimate seeing. By casting the anchor of my trust deep into the mystery of the one who is wholly trustworthy, I allow myself to be anchored in the enduring peace of his love and his provident care. Faith is a sure anchor of the soul in the midst of the storms of this life, and by being anchored in such a way, my heart is set free to look anew at the mystery of existence, not in fearful self-protection, in anger or disgust or discouragement, but in the childlike confidence which gives birth to wonder, gratitude, and the spirit of play. And thus I learn to live the story that God is writing, to enter into the intricate beauty of the drama, and to contemplate it as it unfolds, rather than to grasp for some scrap of control or self-protection. I have an anchor in God's love, and this is the source of security, the source of constancy, and yes, the source of sight. Is it not the children and the childlike who see the inner beauty of the simple moments of life, and indeed even of painful circumstances, whenever the adults are often numb and blind by their supposed maturity? Faith, then, is the grace of allowing myself to be reborn and to become a child again. And there is only one way that this can happen, by a living relationship with the perfect Father, before whom alone I can regain the confidence to be a child. For to be a child, to be a little one, to wonder and play and contemplate, are all relational realities which are born not by looking at myself, but by looking beyond myself at the mystery that approaches me. They are born in me as the echo of the word of beauty, goodness, and truth, which seeks to make itself heard in all the moments and circumstances of life. Especially, they are the echo, the spontaneous response within my own heart of the love that is poured into me through the outpouring generosity of God. They are nothing but the way in which a little child allows herself to be picked up, in her littleness and frailty, by the arms of her father, and raised close to his face, in order to both receive and bestow a kiss which, on her own, was impossible. Yes, both to receive the kiss and to bestow it is a gift that the child first receives before she gives. And in receiving she cannot help but give, because her heart is cradled, sheltered, and deeply touched by the love that she has first received, always receives, and into which she surrenders herself ever more deeply. It is from this intimate place of childlike repose within the embrace of God that true prophecy pours forth, the true capacity to speak with power, not on the basis of one's own intellectual ideas, one's own philosophical or theological framework, or even one's own personal perspective, but rather from that place where the most intimately personal intersects with the most profoundly universal. This is where the human heart makes contact with the heart of God, where the multiplicity of colors again enters into the prism as it meets the undivided, white-hot light of eternal love. Here there is a seeing beyond seeing, a touch beyond touch, in which all the partial perspectives of human groping for the truth are seen from the central point of love, around which all orbits and in which alone it finds its true meaning. To abide in this place, and from this place to live, to act, and to speak, is to live a life of true prophecy. a living exegesis of the meaning of the gospel and of the mystery of God Himself.